Hello, hello. This is the My Artifact episode number 3376. Today's date is 1st of April 2025. It has been almost like a morning at 9:06 a.m. Okay, why I'm actually recording Artifact in this early morning? Okay, it's because of that. Yesterday I haven't really record Artifact. Like I actually record the Artifact, but the problem is that I just record only half, just 15 minutes. Okay, yeah, that's it. Like usually I decided to record like a 30 minute, but I won't be able to. Why you haven't really record 30-minute long Artifact? Well, basically I had pressure. Okay, yeah, and that's why I just kind of like a something release that pressure. Okay, so that's why. So yeah, so should we ask question? All right, yeah, let's ask question. Okay, yeah, question is, you invited to give a speech at big event. Right before going to the stage you forget half of the point. What would you do? Oh, that is really good question. That's really good question. Okay, yeah. uh so what do I supposed to do in that particular situation? um okay, so one thing for sure. Okay, yeah, I am been record Artifact episode since 2015, so it's been almost like a decade. Okay, yeah. When I record the Artifact, I didn't really have anything at all. I just kind of like a something, whatever kind of like a something thing inside of me, I just express that thing. Okay, yeah. And when I express that, I don't really need any kind of like a some sort of pointers. Yeah, I need some sort of pointers at somehow at some certain situation where question is bit difficult. But when the question is bit relevant, then probably I just go with the flow. Okay, yeah. And most of the time it's kind of like a something very natural to me to kind of like a speak from myself, free speak from, yeah. Like when I kind of like a something kind of like a something read a script, then it is didn't feel really good. It felt something really off. Okay, yeah. I don't know, it just like that now. It's my basic tendency to explain things regarding about how kind of like a something like for every category of people. Like basically if like this example, okay, yeah, I don't really have any kind of like a some script, or I don't really have anything kind of like that. I just kind of like a simply express all those things from my heart, from every possible situation and things like that. Okay, yeah. So I am used to with that thing. I don't really require any kind of like a script or any kind of like a some sort of pointers. Yeah, I do need some sort of pointers, but yeah. But also another thing is that na ki Artifact episode is a kind of like a thing that I just talk with myself with there is no one around. Okay, yeah. Like right now there is no one around and I'm kind of like simply talking. But at the big event there are almost like a couple of hundred people was there, and probably those people are kind of like a something very good intellectual people. Okay, yeah. So you shouldn't supposed to be say any kind of like a stuff that you would say in Artifact. Okay, yeah. Means like that in Artifact you will kind of like a simply banter, you will kind of like a simply say so many words that, yeah, but that word that you are kind of like a using, it might gonna hurt at the big event to the some sort of people, and this might feel something really wrong. Okay, yeah. So it is really essential to use some sort of words which is kind of like a somebody equivalent, will not gonna hurt to the people or things like that. Okay, yeah. So in that particular situation, if we don't want to kind of like a somebody be hassle after that, you should supposed to be stick with the script and talk with that in the big event. And that is somewhat true, that is really true. Okay, yeah. So now come back to the situation when I have to be kind of like a give some sort of speech, and I just lost half of the pointers. Then what would I supposed to do? First of all is that key, make sure that like usually is this thing ki whatever the script that you have, okay, yeah, you just have to make it short. Okay, yeah. First of all is that read that script. Okay, read that script before you went to the speech. Read that script, whatever the in this speech, what kind of like a some pointer should I supposed to say. Okay, yeah. As also is this thing, in the future you might have kind of like a some sort of people who are kind of like a teaching you how to speak. What do you mean by how to speak? Okay, I don't know, but I think that it's a kind of like a some weird feeling that in future I am might kind of like a something will be like basically the things that I would say it matter to the most of the people. Okay, yeah. And it is really essential to me to speak very wisely, not kind of like somebody bantered and things like that. Okay, yeah. Because I think that I might gonna become something big. I'm not really sure, but yeah. In that particular situation, I might have some sort of people who kind of like a simply prevent me to not to speak that much, kind of like a simply blunt or things like that. Okay, yeah, like as I speak in artifact. So those people are kind of like a simply help me to what should I supposed to speak, what kind of like a word should I supposed to say, and what kind of like a things that I would, yeah. So for me, how would I supposed to prepare that thing? Okay, yeah. First of all, if I got the script, I have to read that script, understand that script, what is exactly in that particular script. Okay, yeah. Use my natural intelligence, emotional intelligence that I have, that I build up for next 10 year or kind of like a previous 10 year or decade or things like that, because I'm recording artifact. And um, use your emotional intelligence means like that the experience that you have, that you speak in artifact for last 10 year, the experience, and as also the script, the information that is actually in the script. Use that thing and kind of like a simply create something really as good as possible as you can, because when I read the script, it doesn't feel really normal to me. It felt something really off, unless that script is kind of like a made up such a way that it doesn't feel that much like a robotic language, then might be something really good. But if the but most of the speeches are kind of like a, something made as a robotic language. Okay, yeah, like something this and that and something like that. But whatever, I have to be memorize that pointer, what should I supposed to say, and probably I will express that thing. And I don't know, but I think that na ki I will not gonna fuck up properly. Probably. Why? Because I don't know, yeah. It's kind of like a something instinct feeling that you have, that I think that it will not gonna things happen. But why would you think that you will not gonna fuck up? Like it's a really big event. You might gonna have some sort of some people that you might gonna admire. Like example is this thing that ki just Elon Musk is actually kind of like a sitting in the audience, and you have to give the kind of like a something a speech. Okay, yeah. So probably is this thing the hesitation is actually happened now. Like the people that you are admire, that people are listening to you, so it felt something really off. Like let me tell you one thing, the speaking when nobody's around is kind of like a different. When speaking in front of hundreds of people, hundreds of intellectual people, then this might be something very different, because you feel pressure, you feel that pressure, and in that particular pressure you might not gonna kind of like a something really express the things that you wanted to express. So how would I supposed to do that? How would I supposed to, yeah, like it's not just kind of like a game of instinct. It's kind of like a something you just have to be practice. Okay, yeah. So how how okay, where was I? Okay. Yeah, all right. So basically is this thing that key lack of experience. Yeah. What's a lack of experience? Means like that ki I do know to speak because of the experience that I have regarding recording artifact episode for last 10 year and things like that. Oh yeah, that is for sure. I have that experience. But another thing is that ki I didn't have experience regarding about speaking in front of couple of people. that is whole new different game. Okay, yeah. And when there kind of like some situation where I should supposed to be speak in front of kind of like some hundreds of intellectual people or any kind of like some people, it is really essential to kind of like somebody speak wisely, not but as speak wisely, but as well as speak confidently. That confidence is usually came from the experience, and that experience is actually came from the practice. And how do you do supposed to do practice? Well, I think that in the future I have to try. I have to kind of like try with a try to speak in front of couple of peoples. Okay, yeah. I don't know. I think I okay. Let's be honest. Okay, yeah. Um. Uh, uh. In the future, I might gonna build up that particular company. Okay, yeah. In that particular company there are a couple of peoples would be working that I am the chairman of that company. Okay, yeah. So I was actually thinking that every morning when I came to the office, I should supposed to be say good morning everybody and kind of like say some sort of thing regarding about your company progress and which one is did something really good and what is exactly my thoughts and things like that, without even kind of like really needing any script and things like that, but speak at least 10 minutes in front of those people. Okay, yeah. It kind of like a something very good practice because of that those are your people means like your employees, so even if you fuck up then probably those people are kind of like something giving you some sort of recommendation that what is exactly that you fuck up or things like that, or maybe you will get some sort of practice. It is really essential to get the practice in front of a couple of people that you know. Okay, yeah. So I just have to do it every single day for at least an year till you get the confidence enough. Okay, yeah. And when you have that particular confidence then probably it speak for yourself. Okay, then you might not gonna hesitate or might not gonna think everything at all. There is a one situation that I wanted to mention over here. uh, I was maybe like maybe 12 or 13 years old maybe. Okay, I was scared. Okay, at that time the where I live, there is a kind of like a something vihar. What's a vihar? Vihar is a kind of like a religious place of Buddhist place. Okay, yeah. And it's a community event by the community event means like that ki it's it's what is exactly the competition, that competition called stage daring competition. No, not staring. It's a speech competition. It's not that speech, it's I don't know what exactly is this thing. It's like couple of people, couple of kids who are kind of like a coming to the stage and talk about the freedom fighters, talk about the religious activity, talk about yeah, it's just like I just forget that particular word. What exactly is this thing? Okay, yeah. So I was maybe at the age of 12 or 13. I'm not really sure. Okay, yeah. So my mother is kind of like a simply put the name on the list so that I should supposed to be go on the stage in front of hundreds of people in front of me and I just have to read the poem. Okay, yeah. By the way, my mom read that poem. My mom wrote that poem and I just have to kind of like a somebody kind of like a read that poem in front of hundreds of people. Okay, yeah. So in that particular event, I should supposed to be kind of like a somebody read that poem without any kind of like a somebody like open that particular note and read that. No, I just have to kind of like memorize that poem and kind of like kind of like a somebody speak without any scene any kind of like a something. Yeah, it just eyes to eye. Okay, yeah. So I memorize that poem. Okay, it's not really that hard poem I memorize. Okay, yeah. But I still have backup in my pocket that even if I mess up I just kind of like open up that sheet or things, that kagat or that thing, and I just have to read that thing even if that fuck up. Okay, yeah. So my time is came. Okay, yeah. Like my name is actually announced and I went to the stage. Okay, yeah. When I was in that particular stage, I was looked. Okay, and I was damn scared. Like literally, is this thing now? I was kind of like a somebody person used to be kind of like a somebody behind the back. Like I never really went to the stage, nothing really at all. But when you went to the stage, you started noticing that there are so many people are looking at you. and you are actually like from the stage, you are actually see the everything, what does people are doing, what does people are kind of like a every expression, like I don't know, like when you are kind of like a sitting at the audience, you might think that the person who is at the stage, they might not gonna notice, but yeah, it is notice, yeah. Like when you are into that particular stage, you started noticing everything. Okay, every people expression and everything. I was like, what the fuck was that? I was really damn scared, literally. At that time, my age was almost like 11, 12 maybe, and I didn't have that much practice before, so I was like really scared. Okay, I memorized that poem, but I completely forgot that poem at that moment. I just don't know what the fuck at that poem. I just I don't know. My head is blank. Okay, yeah, and I don't want to see those people. So what I do is that I just kind of like bring that note, okay, and started reading the poem. Even if I know entire poem by myself, I still read that poem, just looking at that piece of paper. And just kind of like I don't want to look on those people. I just have to read those poem and fuck off. These are kind of like something like the plan that I created at the moment, and I just did it. Okay, yeah. So since I have a little bit experience regarding about what that thing happened, I might think that this is kind of like some lack of experience. Okay, and I have to build that experience. I just have to build that confidence and things like that. And those confidences actually came from the practice. Okay, yeah. It's not that it's not that kind of like some lazy thing that you have kind of like some experience in recording artifact, and you will kind of like suddenly just nail that thing. It will not gonna happen. Definitely, you just have to accept this thing and just be practice. Okay, yeah. So regarding about this question, the question says, even if I'm kind of like a something lost or forgot half of the point, what would you supposed to do? The same thing that I would do at the age of 12. Okay, yeah. I would kind of like bring the piece of paper who has a kind of like a somebody wrote some sort of entire script over there in my pocket. So even if I lost at that point, I might gonna bring that paper and kind of like a something started reading that entire script. Okay, yeah, even if I know, I just, yeah, because at that time now I realized that it is really essential to be in the particular event. You shouldn't supposed to do any kind of like a fuck up or things like that, or any kind of like only awkward pauses. But when you have awkward pauses, it's a really difficult. So whatever the kind of like the protocol of the event that you should supposed to be speak, even if you don't know, just read that particular words and stuff like that. So I might gonna do probably like it's kind of like a something very childish behavior, dude. It's like that na ki when hundreds of intellectual people are kind of like a looking at you, that means you have some sort of values, and you should supposed to be express that value from your confidence, from your speech. I don't know. I don't know. There is a one thing I should supposed to do is that the piece of paper in my pocket, and I think that if I have kind of like a some couple of experience, I might not gonna need that particular piece of paper, but I always carry that piece of paper in my pocket. Okay, yeah, I don't want to forget in the stage where hundreds of people are looking at me. It is felt really awkward silence and feel really off. Okay, yeah, but still is this thing, the confidence is the really essential key. Even if you get kind of like a something awkward silence, confidence is a kind of like a something essential to be to kind of like a something divert the audience at somewhere else and kind of like a do your things. Okay, how do I supposed to divert the audience? Divert the audience means like that key, like a you have a kind of like a some sort of speech, you have some sort of pointers. Okay, yeah, but you forget that pointer or things like that. So what would you do? Even if you have a confidence, then what would you supposed to do is that key, when you have a confidence, divert the audience to somewhere else. Somewhere else means like that key, oh, I just look something really good. I just kind of like bought this blazer from this company and it looks really good. Am I look really good? Yeah, people are starting noticing to you and kind of like a say, oh yeah, things like that. It is kind of like a something engaging conversation to the people, as well as kind of like a something you are diverting audience to the point that you are kind of like a something saying. And during this particular period of time, you can move, you can do anything at all, and in this particular period of time you will get that piece of paper and you are started reading things like that. Or else you would just elaborate the things that elaborate the things that is exactly happening in your head. Means, like, say that thing ki you went to the stage and you just blank, you don't know nothing really about, but you have a confidence. Then what would you supposed to do? I'm really sorry, I just forgot the things that I would supposed to say in this event. Because of that, there are a couple of audience are here and they look so beautiful, so amazing, and I do really admire those people. And because of when I see those people, it is kind of like a feel really blank. It is, yeah. So don't blame me, blame those people that those people are look so good. Okay, yeah. So okay, I just completely lost my word, but yeah, I have a piece of paper that wrote everything, so I just have to read that thing because I don't want to break the protocol of this event. So and sorry for my behavior of all those things. I did memorize, but blame those people. Those are really good. And even if I'm started looking to you, I just my eyes directly towards those people who are look so good, and then I just kind of like simply admire that why does those people are look so good and I'm not. So I just kind of like there are a lot of things actually happen in the stage, and I just really fuck up, and I don't want to fuck up. So I just wanted to speak all those things, and I just wanted to read. Just that's it. Okay, just let me read. Okay, yeah. So this is kind of like somebody you are diverting your audience to your point of intellectual, and it is really good. It is something that na ki, yeah, probably. I don't know. I think this kind of like assembly stuff I would do when there is a kind of like assembly stuff happen. Then probably that thing I would do even if I forget the thing. The piece of paper is in my pocket is kind of like assembly really good thing that I would gonna do. All right, yeah. Next, okay, there is a couple of pointers are here which is actually suggested by the chat GPT. Okay, yeah. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, even if I record the artifact, I still have some sort of pointers, means like that ki I shouldn't supposed to say any kind of like some random shit. Okay, yeah. So there are a couple of pointers. Okay, stay calm, trust the preparation. Yeah, that is really good. Like I am calm, okay, and trust the preparation, but still stay calm is not kind of like a something helpful thing, because even if you don't really have any experience regarding about the stage daring and things like that, you will not gonna calm. Okay, so you just have to be prepared for that practice. Focus on the key message, not the exact word. Oh, that is a really good thing. That's a really good thing. Yeah, like this is a kind of like a thing that I do every single day. Like basically, this is kind of like a complete pointer. There are a couple of sub pointers are here as also, but I don't really read those sub pointer because it's kind of like a something very easy. Right now, this pointer is kind of like a say that focus on key message and not exact the word. Like you just have to say things like it's not kind of like a something very hard. Or kind of like a something word that you not gonna understand. It's really cool. It's something really that now everyone could understand. So yeah, use a mental and or physical cue. Okay, what's a mental or physical cue? If you have a cue card, okay, use mental or physical cue. What's a mental and physical cue? If you have a cue card, slide, or an outline, you will quickly review them. If you not mentally recall the speech in section, introduce key point and conclusion. Oh yeah, that is a really good thing. Okay, what exactly is this thing? Um, um, okay, yeah, okay, what exactly is this thing? So basically, you have a speech, okay, and maybe that speech is almost like a 1 or 2 pages. Okay, yeah. Most probably you went to the stage and you might gonna blank entirely. You don't know what should I supposed to speak and things like that, and it is kind of like a something very fuck up situation. So in that particular situation, you are started reading, but it's not really appropriate to read the script in front of couple of hundred people of intellectual. It's yeah. So what should you supposed to do is that key like a rescue or kind of like a something something that key prevent this situation as less as awkward it is. What is exactly is this thing? Okay, yeah. So when you are into that particular stage, you just blank, you don't know nothing really about, and what should you supposed to do is you don't really have any confidence to speak any kind of like assembly words. So basically what should you supposed to do is that key cut down the everything, okay, and kind of like a something speak regarding about you, regarding about that topic and conclusion. That's it. Okay, yeah. And do not try to stretch that much, like basically in 5 minutes, just 5 minutes you just have to stretch. Okay. Okay, 5 minutes is also too much. 2-3 minutes. Okay, yeah. Just 2-3 minutes stretch that thing regarding about whatever topic that you have or whatever the event that is supposed to be. Talk about that. Be thankful for the couple of people who are let you to be in this particular stage, and do the kind of like a some conclusion and thank you. That's it. And it will take almost like a 2-3 minutes, and that's it. When you are kind of like a blank and you don't know nothing about it, you just in that particular situation it might gonna kind of like some lifesaver, because there are so many things will gonna happen. Okay, yeah, because of that key, you don't know the script, or you just blank, or your mind at somewhere, or it is lot of things happen, dude. Okay, yeah. So you shouldn't supposed to be say kind of like a some blank and awkward silence. No, you just like say anything and just like let it go. Just done it quickly as possible. Okay, you have a speech for almost like a 50 minute, just extract that thing and just express this thing in just 2-3 minutes. That's it. This might be really helpful. So yeah. Okay, engage the audience. Yeah, that is really good. Okay, engage the audience with your body language, with your kind of like a stuff that you would say. Having a confidence, like engage the audience, it is really essential to be have a little bit of confidence, and I think I have to build that confidence. Improvise and confident, dude. As I mentioned earlier, confident is the key to express everything at all. Okay, yeah. Even if you don't really have any confidence, just practice, dude. Practice. Like okay, confidence is a kind of like a something key. It is really essential to express your thought in front of couple of people. Okay, yeah. And in that particular process you do really require a practice. A normal people don't really get that much opportunity to speak in front of hundreds of people. Why? Because like a like you have to be kind of like a be really special to be kind of like a you should supposed to be say 100 people should supposed to be listen. That means you should supposed to be do something really good, or you should supposed to be, yeah, it's kind of like a something you are being really special. That's why you are kind of like a speaking some sort of things in front of hundreds of people, right? Yeah. So basically it's this thing na, ki most of people didn't really have that confidence. People don't really associate with that particular things and stuff like that, but you just have to practice. You just have to do things. And I think that na, ki in my profession I might have to speak this thing with hundreds of people or thousands of people, and I have to speak very confidently. And I think I could speak very confidently because I don't know, it's my instinct probably. Yeah. Learn, improve next time. Yeah, even if you fail, that's it, that's fine. There are a lot of opportunity will gonna came. You just have to improve that thing and just show that next time. Okay, mistake is one of the biggest teacher in the world, and it is really essential to have that make a mistake. All right, yeah. It's been almost like a 28 minute I've been recording. I decided that I should supposed to be record half an hour, and it's almost half an hour. It's 28 minutes by the way, so I yeah, 2 minutes should supposed to be excused to myself. And yeah, all right. But I feel really good when I talk with myself. I don't know why, but it just like that na, early morning when I kind of like a something started talking, recording artifact na, I felt good. I felt that wow. Okay, whatever, I should supposed to be end here. This is it, and thank you.